CTV News national correspondent Heather Wright is live from Tel Aviv this morning. Heather, good afternoon to you locally. Let's talk about this development here about the idea of Joe Biden being in the Middle East tomorrow for these talks to try to get that gridlock around getting aid in opened.
Well, it is a huge trip for the U.S. president. It's a show of solidarity with the people of Israel. It's also an effort to shore up, strength as he tries to prevent this conflict here in Israel from broadening out to a wider regional conflict. The foreign minister of Iran recently met with leaders of Hamas, Hezbollah, and Syria, and he has said that if shelling continues, if people in Gaza continue to be killed, that they will open up multiple fronts. And of course, that is something that, the world would like to try to avoid. So part of Joe Biden's visit here to Israel will be to show strength, to show solidarity with the people of Israel, and also to try to work to open up some of those humanitarian corridors that have been desperately needed and have been called for by agencies like the UN for a number of days now. We know that fuel and water and other supplies are running dangerously low in Gaza. Some hospitals saying they have less than 24 hours until they run out of fuel. They've been on generators for days now, but that gasoline is running low. So an already terrible humanitarian situation in Gaza could get worse if vital aid in the masses is not getting into that area quickly.
And Heather, we know that there's a massive shipment of aid just kind of waiting at the border that hasn't been opened. Do we have any update on when this deadlock or this closure is going to be in place?
Well, it has been such a complicated diplomatic, effort to get this Rafah border crossing open. There's been, I think, 4 days now that we've been told that it's going to open for a short window, and then those dreams get dashed. Dreams of the many foreigners, including a number of Canadians who are in Gaza, who want to get out into Egypt, and also all of that aid, hundreds of trucks and supplies that are waiting at Rafah to get back in. We've been told that the situation there is not safe. There's been shelling in the area, so that's part of the issue. But there are 1 million people from the north in Gaza who have fled to the south, many of whom do not have a place to sleep, do not have shelter, and they're starting to run out of basic supplies like water and food. And so behind the scenes, the diplomatic efforts to get that crossing open are certainly continuing, but we don't really have a sense at this point when it might open. Likely, again, high on the agenda for President Biden when he visits Israel tomorrow.
Yeah, key talks indeed coming up tomorrow. CTV National's Heather Wright live in Tel Aviv this morning. Heather, appreciate this update this morning. Thanks for the time.
Thanks.